Hello, lovers. I am here again, and today I am here for the ladies. So, ladies, come closer or plug in your earpiece or your earbuds and increase the volume because today it is all about you, and I don't want you to miss anything. You're welcome to Eve's Desire by Tiwa Says, and I am your pleasure coach. So, like I said, today is for the ladies, and today I'm going to be talking about some sexual practices that we ladies, we females, my gender, that we engage in, that we ought not to be doing in this day and age. You need to take care of yourselves and don't be so lax, don't be so nonchalant or carefree. It is important. Your sexual health is very important. And I'm going to start with safe sex, which is very, very key. There are lots of ladies, even now, at this time, at this age, who still engage in unprotected sex. And not just with partners, but with strangers, with people you are just meeting, with people you really don't know. Even if it's your partner, you ought to have had a prior discussion. You ought to know the status, the sexual health of your partner, and that is what will determine whether you guys are going to be, having unprotected sex, or you're going to be having protected sex. The fact that someone is your partner does not it doesn't it's not automatic. It does not mean that, oh, you have to be having unprotected sex with them if you don't know about their your sexual history and sexual health. That is very, very key, and it is important. It's something that should be non-negotiable. For you to start having unprotected sex with someone, you should be sure about the person's status, and then either you both have gone for tests and you know that, okay, this person is clean, and then you are even sure that you are the only person that the person is having sex with, not that the person will have sex with you today, somebody else tomorrow, and all that. So you have to have all these facts in your hand before you decide, okay, you want to have unprotected sex with someone. And then, there are some people who say, oh, the person is my ex, or we're together before, or something. You were together before. You don't know where the person has been, even if it's 1 month. It doesn't have to be here. Even if it's 1 month away, you've not seen each other for 1 month, it is still questionable. You shouldn't just jump into bed with and then have unprotected sex with someone you've not seen in a while. Even if the person is someone you used to be with, or even someone you were married to, or even someone who was your who you were engaged to and all that. As long as you've been separate for a while, maybe you broke up, and then people like to go back to their exes. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you broke up, you are with somebody else, and then you just see your ex, and then you start catching feelings again, and blah blah blah. You should not have unprotected sex. Take your sexual health seriously, because if someone has an infection, it is not going to show on their forehead. They are not going to put it here like, hey, stay away, I have infection. The person is not going to show, and then the person most of the time may not even tell you, and sometimes the person may not even know, and then you just jump into it, and then you are just infected like that. So it is key. Let's stop having unprotected sex with people that you are not sure of. Okay, so another thing that females do, that you should not be doing, is not taking yourself seriously. That is engaging in sexual activities, under duress or by coercion, and just feel like, oh, I just want to do it all because your partner wants it. No, you should prioritize yourself. You should take yourself seriously. If your partner wants to engage in something you are not interested in, then you should be bold enough to say, no, I'm not doing this. Don't just do it like, oh, I just want to please my partner. I don't want him to go out. I don't want to go outside, or I don't want to go and do it elsewhere, whatever. No, that is not enough reason at all. If it is something that you are not interested, or you are not buying, or you don't fancy, then you should be bold enough to tell your partner that, no, I'm really not into this. You are into it, fine. It's possible that your partner may be into something and you're not into it, or you are into something and your partner is not into it. But if you can't find a common ground, because some of the time, if your partner is into something and you are not into it, and then you discuss it, okay, is this something you would like to try, and you say, okay, let's try, I'm willing, okay, let's try. But if you now try it and you don't like it, but I beg you, don't be coerced. Don't feel like, oh, you need to do something that you don't like to do just because you want to keep your man. It's not worth it, because I don't think all those things don't cannot keep a man. You cannot even keep a man that does not want to be kept. And it's not until you start doing gymnastics in bed or doing things you're uncomfortable with, or doing things by coercion, that the man is going to stay. So please, let's stop that. Another one is douching or doching or whatever you are going to call it, and that simply means um the act of putting, whether water, yes, most of the time water, whether warm water or whatever, or water mixed with lime, or funny concoctions like that, into your private, into your private part, into your vagina, in with the process, I mean, with the mind or intention that you are cleaning it. Auntie, please stop that. It is not even necessary. You don't The vagina itself is self-cleaning. We have been told that several times. It has been said several times. It is self-cleaning. It cleanses itself from the inside out. So you don't need to be putting all those external things inside, putting mixing herbs and whatever. No, 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 no. All those things even affect your hormones, and it gives you hormonal imbalance, and it also affects your pH, because there's a pH balance, a temperature that the vagina is supposed to be. There's a pH, and then if you now put all those things, it affects it and distorts it, and that's what sometimes gives infection, inflammation, and then all this shon all these things. So please, the vagina is self-cleaning. If you need to wash with water, wash with mildly scented soaps that don't have all these what's it called, perfumes and all that. Just mildly scented soaps, or all these vaginal washes, and that is to wash outside around, not inside. Don't be poking inside. It is actually unnecessary. It is really not necessary. And yes, it will interest you to know that it is not only men that take concussions or all these funny herbal substances before sex, or during sex. It may be for, I wouldn't know for what, for energy, I be for power, for longevity. I know it's men that need all this, or it's men that is, but women take it. Oh, please, women take it. I have come to the realization, and I've heard and I've found out that women take these things, and you shouldn't really, because you don't, some of these things you don't, is what they tell you, that is the composition that you believe. They just say, okay, it's just this, it's just herbs. So you never know the real and the full composition of what you are ingesting. And if you don't know, why are you taking it? Why are you taking it? There's really no, if you and your partner, if you are good with each other, if there's chemistry, and then you engage in foreplay and all that, there's no reason why you're not going to have a pleasurable sexual experience. Taking all those um concussions or drinks or substances just to make you is it what, to make you feel more horny, or to make you get wet, or to make you do what exactly, to make you um what's it called, to make you be carefree or throw away your inhibitions. If you are comfortable with your partner, there's no reason why there should be inhibitions in the first place. It's something, and there's, like I always say, that sex is not something to be ashamed of. There's nothing shameful about sex. So first of all, you need to throw that out of the window. Know that there's nothing shameful about sex, and whatever you and your partner do behind closed doors, it's your concern. It's between you. It doesn't concern anybody, as long as you are in consent. So you don't need any external substance for you to now say, oh, I want to go wild, I want to go, so I need something to make me. Then you are not, let's look at it critically. Then you are not yourself. That means you are not doing it in your right mind. And what's the pleasure there? If you are going to do something in your right, if you are doing something that is, you are not in your right mind, or you do something that, when you are in your right mind, you don't remember, there's really no point. So please, let's just desist from taking all those substances, because they are not even, they are not good. They are not healthy. They are harmful to the body. And like I said, women and hormonal imbalance, our hormones is just up and up down everywhere, on its own. Then you are now taking stuff to now mess it up again. Please, 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 let's stop. Another thing is that some females, you abuse, what will I call them now? You abuse this morning after pill. You know, it's called morning after pill for a reason, because okay, you use it to for unprotected, to avoid unwanted pregnancy. That's after sex, so you can use it between when you have the sex and I think 72 hours. You can use it within 72 hours to prevent pregnancy. But then you will now see somebody using that morning after pill like every week or every other day. How does that even happen? Because you don't realize that when you use this morning after pill, like I said earlier, it affects all these things affect your hormones. Yes, of course, it's going to prevent the pregnancy, but that is also going to affect your hormones as well. Scatter everything, and then you might not even get your period at the normal time that you are used to because you've used the morning after pill to prevent the pregnancy. Yeah, but then it will give you it will make your hormones imbalance. Everything has to come back. So imagine now upsetting your hormones every other day. Like you've taken it today, the hormones is scattered, is trying to prevent the pregnancy and all that, and then you take it. Why are you doing that to your body? Why are you doing that to yourself? If you want to prevent pregnancy, you use condoms. And if you are the type of person who does not like condoms, because maybe the person you are with is your faithful partner that you are sure of, don't, like I said before, don't be engaging in unprotected sex with just anybody. If you don't want to take if you don't want to use condoms, there are different types of contraceptives for women. You can take the injection, you can take the insertables, the coil or something. You can take the yes, insertions as well. You can take the morning everyday pill. There are lots of options than for you to be chopping morning after pill, morning after pill. Those pills are for emergencies. The morning after pill is for emergencies. It's not for everyday use. You can't be using it all the time. You see someone this week, you use it. See someone next week, you use it. You can't be using it like that. They are for emergencies and once in a while thing. When you are having regular sex, you cannot be using morning after pill. You need to find something more permanent. So please, let's desist. So when I mentioned the other time about not having, having unprotected sex, I didn't mention, but it also involves oral sex. You know that you can get infections by giving oral sex, right? You can get infection and you can also infect someone because it's your fluid as well. You are taking in, there's no how you're going to perform oral sex on your partner and some of their fluid is not going to mix with your fluid. So you can still get infected. And there's a way to protect. There are what's it called there's something that you wear in your mouth for oral sex. Is dam or something. I really can't remember now, but it's like a condom that you wear for the mouth if you want to perform oral sex on someone. And then the person that you're even you're performing oral sex, some people wear condoms. That's weird, but then people wear condoms for oral sex. So you have to protect yourself that way. If the person is not your regular partner, your faithful partner that you are sure of, that you are sure of the person's status and sexual health, and the person is sure of yours, only then can you engage in unprotected oral sex. So don't think, because I know that there are some people who think that they can only get infection by penetration and they can't get infection by oral sex. Bagam. This is me telling you that you can get infection by oral sex and you can also infect someone. So please, let's take note. Don't just protect yourself for penetration, protect yourself if you're going to be engaging in oral sex as well. Yeah, so I mentioned people taking substances, for sex, to make them wet, to make them honey, to make them gingered and all that, to make them inhibited. But do you know that people also take funny substances like after sex, like the morning after pill? That is a pill that we all know. But people take funny concussions as well, like taking lime, taking alum, or taking all those funny things. Maybe after you've had sex, or maybe you think that okay, you are pregnant or something, and then you go and be taking also some. Don't you even like yourself? Those things are dangerous to your health. If you do not want to, if you don't want to get pregnant, I've already said it. There are lots of contraceptives apart from the condom, which is sure. Just use condom and just or abstain. Abstinence is the best. That way, there's no way you can get pregnant. But then, if you have to indulge, of course you must indulge. So you use your condoms, and if you're not using your condoms, there are other types of contraceptives. And like I said, you can't be using the morning after pill every day, because they call it morning after does not mean that you should be using it every morning. It is not safe. But worst of all is those concussions. You now be mixing things. They said, this thing, it works, it works. No, you are damaging your organs. You don't even know the effects of those things on your body. And most of the time, those things don't work safe. You will drink lime, drink this. It's baby that does not want to come that way. That you can flush with lime. Oh. If you have sex, unprotected sex with someone during your ovulation, and you think that you are going to drink lime to stop the pregnancy, what's that thing they say? They play my fans. It's not going to work. Oh, so please take the money after pill, or and that is once in a while, use condom, use contraceptives. And if prevention is just better than cure. That's just what I'm going to say. Stop using all those funny concussions. They don't work. They will not work. Don't stop. Don't endanger your health. That's why you now find out that young ladies, you now find out, oh, you go to the hospital and you find out, you have this, or your womb is damaged, or something is perforated, or something, because you've just been taking all these things that you are not sure of in the name of, oh, I don't want to get pregnant. And if you don't want to get pregnant, go do it the right way. Either you abstain, or use condom, or use the contraceptives that are there. And I know some people are going to be saying contraceptives have side effects. So is that concussion you are taking that does not have side effects? Which one is worse? Something that you don't even know, you just mix lime, mix this, mix that. No, 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 no. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. And finally, the last thing, your emotional well-being is very, very important. I know that a lot of times these days, relationships are transactional. Yes, I'm going to say it. Relationships are transactional. People just get into relationships that, okay, what can I get from him? What can I get from her? And then you find ladies, having sex with men because you just want to collect money from them. You just, okay, they'll buy me iPhone. Oh, they buy me wig. Think about yourself now. If you don't how do I say it now? If you don't appreciate yourself, if you don't think you are worthy, nobody else, if nobody else is going to think you are worthy. If you don't carry yourself well, nobody is going to carry yourself well. So if you don't think about your own well-being and you don't make yourself a priority, nobody's going to make you a priority. You have to make yourself a priority first, and stop putting priority on mundane things. Because I think phones, wigs and all things, they are mundane things. They are not things that you can't do without, or they are not life threatening that, oh, your life depends on it. No. And then at the end of the day, if you work hard, you can get those things yourself. You don't have to go and be sleeping with everybody because you want iPhone, you want wig and all that. Think of yourself, because most of the time you really don't want to do this thing. Think of your mental health, because at the end of the day, when you not get the phone, your mental health, because you are just doing it because you want to get the phone, you want to get the wigs, you want to buy the latest, you want to buy not because you really like these people or you want to be with these people. So it takes a toll on you after a while, which is not good for you at the end of the day. So please, let's put all these things into consideration. You don't have to use iPhone now. There are there's Android now. Well, Android have not killed anybody that I've heard of. If you cannot afford the iPhone for now, use Android now. If you cannot afford the what do they call this wig, Bone Straight? Is it Bone Straight or whatever? Use the one that you can afford. Don't be selling your body, selling your soul and whatever, just because you want to get these things from men. So these are some of these sexual practices that I said I should just come and tell my gender. Please, let's just stop these things. It's really not worth it at the end of the day. And if you feel like there are some that I've not mentioned, you can tell me in the comment section and we will talk about it. Don't forget that you can also communicate with me by email and also by my number that you're going to see on the screen. Okay, and that will be the end of this video today. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can get notifications when I have new videos, and also like and follow us on all our social media handles at the Eagle Online. And I'll see you next time.